Hi folks, I'm Craig Taylor, and as always a huge thanks for joining me here on my YouTube channel, the Bushcraft Padawan, and thanks for joining me in this week's Thursday's Thought. I've been thumbing through some old photographs recently, and I came across a folder that contained all the photographs from when I used to do a lot of winter mountaineering, in particular photographs from my winter mountain leader training, winter mountain leader progression and winter mountain leader assessment courses. And there's one particular batch of photographs in there and a group of faces that I saw in there that brought back a memory that is still to this day quite odd and unusual. And I thought I would share it with you and then see what your thoughts are and if you've been in a similar situation yourself. We were coming off the end of an expedition. I can't remember. I think it was the Winter Mountain Leader progression. So we were fairly experienced winter mountaineers at this point. We were coming back off the expedition phase across a plateau in the UK in Scotland known as the Cairngorm Plateau, or the Cairngorms. And we were traversing along that. We were along the plateau. The plan was for us to descend down, and we got caught in a significant snowfall. You would call it a whiteout, I guess would be the common definition. We were caught in a whiteout, and we were caught in it for about 30 to 45 minutes. The instructor must have loved it because it really got the opportunity for them to see us from a navigational perspective, a group leadership perspective, a confidence perspective, in possibly the worst conditions that you could get. It's a complete whiteout. And to this day, I've never experienced anything as weird and as odd, and I can't think of better words to describe it, as that whiteout. So unnerving, disorientating, odd, confusing, playing tricks with your senses, just the weirdest thing ever. Everything was white. Everything was white. There was no sky, there was no horizon, there was no distance, there was no near ground, there was no up, there was no down, there was no left, there was no right. Everything was just white. Now, when I say this, I appreciate it probably doesn't sound very dissimilar from being in the dark. When you're in the dark and it's pitch black, there is no sky, there is no foreground, middle distance, far ground, there's no up or down, everything's just black. But I think, or certainly I think as human beings, we're kind of wired to experience that. We are often in the dark. We are often in situations where there is no light. We are used to being disorientated in black. But this was completely the opposite. My eyes were wide open. It was the absolute opposite of black. It was complete and utter white. It's a really difficult thing to explain. You know, I'm sort of conscious that I'm saying this to a camera at the end of a selfie stick as I'm walking along with my dog. It probably doesn't sound that weird. I get that. And it's one of those things, without wishing to sound cliche, that you've really got to kind of experience, I think, to truly understand what it is I'm talking about. But hopefully I'm making a good enough job of it. It was just the weirdest, oddest, unnerving, disorientating, destabilising. It was just wrong. It was plain old wrong. And to that day I'd never experienced anything like it, and I've never experienced anything like it since. So that's my kind of most unnerving, disorientating, unsettling, whatever word you want to attach to it, outdoor experience. That's mine. What about yours? Have you ever been in a whiteout? Did you feel a similar thing? Did you find that there's nothing since that's equated to that just weird nature of it? Or maybe you've been in something else. Maybe you've been in other conditions outdoors or other situations. I don't want this question to just be about the weather. Have you been in other situations outdoors that have just been so odd compared to business as usual that it's kind of stuck in your head? And even now, you know, days, weeks, months, years, decades later, you can still kind of capture and remember it because of that weirdness that you felt at the time. Let me know in the comments below. Always enjoy these Thursday's Thought videos. I get a lot from them. I think people that watch them and listen to and watch other people's comments do as well. So why not add to that and drop your responses in the comments below. Thank you as always for watching. Take care, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.